What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Quick Stix, the podcast where we talk everything Premier Lacrosse League. We are back, episode 2, boys. Again, we'll be coming to you guys every Tuesday during the regular season and postseason. With me again are my other two co-hosts. James is back, and Sam Tripp making his first appearance.
Welcome,
How's
Sam.
it going, Sam?
How's it going?
Hey, Sam. How we doing?
Sorry, I missed the first one.
Samwise, Salmon, as he's known.
We call him Sam.
Sam.
You know what? Just go ahead and give us one of your famous one-liners, Sam. Just kick the show off with a bang. Let's hear it.
Here's my one-liner.
Dong.
He actually did it.
I love that. I love that.
Do it.
That's fantastic. Let's run it. Let's do it.
All right, so jumping straight in, we had a bye week of games this past weekend, so unfortunately no games to recap. But what we want to do is quickly look back at the regular season and see what one game stood out to us and your reason why. Let's start off, James. Any game, any week. What do you got?
Easy stuff here. It's actually the game I talked about last week, which is interesting, but I think it's that important. So it's the Chaos Chrome game, 14-12, Chaos won. To me, it was when the Chaos really realized that their offense was as good as advertised. I mean, I keep hearing about how these teams are good on paper. Josh Byrne, Matt O'Keefe, Tanner Cook. All this sounded good on paper, but they never put it together. This was the first week that they finally did. Also, what was super important, another thing I talked about last week, is I kept saying that they cannot rely on Blaze to get 20 saves a game. I think it's impossible to sustain that over a year. And I think this game kind of told me, maybe that's false. So I realize now the Chaos can, one, give up 30 to 40-plus shots and still come away with W. So the offense kind of found their game, how they're going to play, how they're going to use the Canadians, and then separately from that, kind of how good is Blaze, and they could really rely on him for the rest of the season. So I think for the Chaos, this was, one, the turning point, two, the time we actually got to see Blaze, play like Blaze. So that's my game, for sure. Easy.
Yeah, we talked about it last week. Chaos certainly getting hot at the right time.
Very much so.
Let's flip it to Sam. What do you got, Sammy?
What you got, kid?
So for mine, I'm going to say the Redwoods Water Dogs game this year, just because, the overall goal for the last two seasons, try to grow the game as fast as possible. Sure. And I think that game just showed everybody who tuned in, who was watching, just how amazing and how much fun these games can be. Because the 35 goals in one game, 19 Redwoods.
Yeah. High scoring up and down.
Running game. It was awesome. Might have not been the best game for goalies, but, whatever. It's better for the game. See a lot of goals like that, a lot of action. So just over for the season, that's going to be my number one game.
So can I piggyback on that? And for that game as well, and a lot of people need to understand, to play lacrosse at the speed these guys do, as efficient as they do, like that game really showed that they're going at full speed, they're taking shots from 15 yards out, and they can do it over a whole game. Like people don't understand how crazy that really is. To have a high scoring game, you have to have crazy athletes. So
yeah, right.
Good point.
And those defenses must have been gassed.
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
All right. Matt, what you got?
I'm going very early in the season. I'm going Chrome Whip Snakes. I believe it was the fourth game of the season.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it was the game that Matt Rambo got hurt. But for those of you who don't know, that game was the Whip Snakes' first loss in 672 days.
Yeah,
almost 2 years. Again, awful to see Rambo got hurt. He tried battling through it for a while, eventually had to leave. Right. But that game was Chrome showing the rest of the league that the Whip Snakes could be beaten.
Right.
They could be stopped, specifically on offense. The Whip Snakes only scored 2 goals in the first half. They ended up only scoring 6 total, which I'm pretty sure is the lowest we've seen all season.
I would say lowest we've seen in 2 years.
Probably, yeah.
They definitely didn't, because Rambo's good for 3, so.
Yeah, but you also had John Galloway playing insane in net. He had 21 saves.
Jeez.
Morrill, Heacock, McIntosh were lights out on offense. So, I mean, Chrome dominated, but it was a huge win for Chrome. Obviously, it was one of their only few wins this season. But that game was just a message to everyone else, basically saying Whip Snakes are not immortal. This team can be beat. I mean, before that game, Whip Snakes were 3-0 this season. It was shit.
And we knew they were going to run it back. Yep.
Yeah, everyone knew that.
It kind of showed a chink in the armor, if you will.
Yep.
So since that game, you now have 4 teams ahead of Whip Snakes. Teams have certainly it was a mental thing. They took advantage of it. They were like, we can be better than this team. We can beat this team. Wow. So
it's true.
It was a huge turning point.
And Whip Snakes have lost 3 since? 4 since?
Yeah.
At least, yeah, because they're 4-3. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, let's move on to some in-depth predictions for the week or the games coming up this week.
Beautiful.
Obviously, huge games for both playoff
Huge
seeding.
games.
We even have a win and in game between the Cannons and Chrome. Can't wait.
It's gonna be a great game.
First game on the docket: Redwoods Whipsnakes. James, who do you like?
Got it. I got Redwoods by 5. I think Gutty. People don't know that nickname. That's Gutterding, who's now the Whipsnakes. I think he'll need a game or two to kind of find his role within the Snakes offense. I think the matchup problems coming from the Redwoods with, as we talked about before, Miles and those guys, I think they're going to be too hard for the Whipsnakes teammates to cover. And something Sam and I were actually just talking about is Kyle Burnlor, the Whipsnakes goalie, he's 7th in the league, only saving 51% this year. And the way the Redwoods put the ball in the net, I don't think they can hang. So I think Redwoods win by a couple.
Sam Weiss?
Yeah, I'd be interested to see, because James, you said last few games they've taken Tim out.
Troutner?
Huh?
Troutner?
Yeah.
The goalie? Yeah.
And I'm just interested to see, like, do they take him out half, something like that? And if Jack Kelly can fill in for that. Just
I don't know.
Fill those shoes, right?
Sure. Big shoes.
But no, I think Redwoods take this pretty easily. Like their offense is just ridiculous. Like I know Whipsakes have Zed Williams, but I think without Rambo, that offense is operating at 75%.
Right. Stagnant.
And even with good defenders, like, yeah, they have Rob Pinnell, question mark shot is almost unstoppable. And then you have Miles Jones who can just come in and do whatever the fuck he wants.
Correct.
So I think be maybe like 16-9.
16-9? Okay. I'll score in a
Quick
fair
spread.
like that. What you got?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't sound like Rambo's going to play.
Yeah.
I can't imagine they'll rush him back. They've already got a playoff berth. It's funny, Redwoods are better in every stat category than the Whipsnakes, like every category except for the number of shots per game.
Yeah.
And 60% of fans on PLL's website have Whipsnakes winning this. Shocking to me. I'm taking Redwoods. I'm the same way. I think their offense is going to be way too much.
Huh? Is there something we don't know?
I don't know.
With TD playing the way
it is Gutterding's first game. That's a big addition, but I'm still taking Redwoods.
It is, but like as we see in sports, like there's no plug and play, right? Like it's definitely going to take some time. But hey, Gutterding could be that good, and they might give him the green light. You know what I mean? Like what's there to lose?
And we've also been talking about how TD Lerland has been dominating faceoffs.
Redwoods lob the ball a lot.
Yeah, 67% right now compared to Nardella's 56. So
Nardella's having a bad year.
It's best in the league.
Yeah. So he's leading the league. So I think they're going to play make it take it a few possessions.
Absolutely.
So next game we got Archer's Chaos. Sam, I'm going to start with you. Who do you like in this one?
What you got?
Archer's Chaos. Archer's easy. Their offense is ridiculous. With arguably MVP leading the offense. No. Yeah, I think Archers take it with the offense that they have. James, you were talking about it last week, like their their midfielders and their short stick middies, or short stick defenders.
Yep. Best in the league.
Best in the league.
By
far.
So
I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be one of those games where Blaze is going to have to save 20 shots to stay in the game to have a chance.
Sure.
Which he's done.
Which he has done, but
he has done
as we said,
times.
you can't maintain that all season.
Yeah, I mean that's asking a ton from your goalie.
We'll see.
Yeah, I mean I'm gonna agree. This is the thing I love about the PLL is the Archers are arguably the hottest team right now.
Yep.
Chaos, they started off bad. They're starting to come up, but there's.
I'm sorry. Wait, Sam. But did you not like that point? Do you not think they're the hottest team right now?
I would argue Water Dogs, but.
Well, I did say arguably. That's kind of why I threw that in there.
Yeah.
So.
Let's argue it.
No, go ahead, Matt. Yeah, well, we can have that conversation. That'll be episode 3 if you want.
Facts.
Anyway, Chaos started off pretty bad. They've gotten better the last few weeks, but they're only one game apart. Like Archers are 4-3, Chaos is 3-4. Like this league is so competitive.
Very much.
But First time they played, Archers won by 4. Again, their offense is probably the hottest right now. Chaos, though, their offense is starting to come together. I think it's going to be too much of the Archers. I think they're going to be blazing on blaze, if you know what I'm saying. So, I like that. One thing I'm definitely going to be watching for is Adam Gittleman, who's been red hot in the net for the Archers.
Playing out of his mind.
I think if anyone can slow this Chaos offense down that's been clicking, it's him. So I'm going to be watching that.
Wow.
What do you like, James?
So real quick fun fact, I actually got to play against that Archers D-Midi, Mark McNeil, the big guy.
Oh yeah, me too.
I played against him in the club, and he was an absolute menace. He played football and lacrosse for UNC. Anyway, my take for the week is Chaos. Interestingly enough, it's like the opposite of what you guys are thinking. I think Blaze stands on his head and wins and has 25 plus saves what I put down.
Oh,
I think he does. They're hot right now, but I'm done thinking Blaze can't do it because I've done it now for 4 or 5 weeks in a row, and he always does. So I'm gonna keep riding it.
Okay,
I like that. Next game up, Atlas Water Dogs. I'll start this one off. So this is obviously game of the week. Number 1 seed against number 2 seed. It's the first time these two have played each other this season. Didn't know that.
That's interesting. Top
2 scoring offenses in the league. Atlas has not lost since June 25th. They did not lose the entire month of July.
Jeez.
So the matchup I'm going to be watching is Liam Burns on Jeff Teat.
Sure.
Liam has the most caused turnovers in the league with 17. Jeff Teat has the second most points in the league with 29. That is going to be probably the best matchup we see this regular season.
For sure.
But this could very well be a preview of the championship. Like, depending on seeding, this could absolutely be it.
Right.
But it's going to piss Sam off, but I'm taking Water Dogs in the upset.
Wow.
I think they've got the defense to slow Teat down. Jake Withers is over 50% on faceoffs. He's going to take possessions away from Baptiste. The Water Dogs are by far the team that matches up the best on paper with Atlas.
For sure.
So if any team is going to beat Atlas in the postseason, it's going to be Water Dogs. So
you also need depth, and they have the depth.
They do. James, who you like?
Some of your points actually make me want to switch, but I'm riding with Atlas. I just put down blankly. They are too good. I think one thing that really stood out to me the last time they played was that Romar was playing really well, so the defenders had to rotate up, which meant that whoever slid next was on Jeff. And that's what Matt's point's interesting, that the guy who's on him to start probably won't be the guy who's on him when he's dodging.
Correct.
If the midfielders are dodging and scoring the way they were. But Romar's been off for 3 weeks. The thing was, when Romar wasn't scoring, they were still winning because Jeff's that good. Their offense is that good. So I think Romar finds a shot again, and I think Jeff is, borderline unstoppable. I think Atlas take him by 5.
They're so good on offense.
So good. There's too much. We're not even talking about some of their best players.
All right, Sam, give us your homer picks. We can move on.
Yeah, let's go. I'm going to take the Atlas.
Atlas, yeah. You goddamn right I'm choosing Atlas. If everybody didn't know already, I am an Atlas fan.
Whatever.
Yeah, I'm an Archers fan just since we're going around the table.
He's not an Archers fan.
I think we're gonna play not make it take it like we did against the Chrome 2 weeks ago.
That was unnecessary to add.
I'm so sorry, Matt. My bad.
It's the last episode.
Just a flex, just an absolute flex.
Yeah.
But I think Trevor Baptiste continues his role that he has on faceoffs right now. He's on a hot streak that Chrome game did start with he winning like 25 of 26 faceoffs. Yep. I am a little nervous the way goalies are performing, Concannon and Colarusso. Colarusso has been playing pretty well, but he's only a 49% save on the season in his 8 games.
He's got to get that up.
Yeah. So that's where, you guys have Ryan Brown, one of the best shooters in the league, if not the best.
Yeah, I was going to say of all time.
So, but on that same point, I do think Atlas have way too many weapons. Like Caraway can go off. We have Costville who can go off, Teat who can go off, Romar Dennis who can set up the offense with one dodge. So, I think it's going to be
fair points.
Very.
James,
I like that homer pick. We go on next game.
Oh yeah, sorry.
We already did. No, you're good.
Next game is the win and in game. Cannons versus
Yes.
Chrome. James, who you like?
Cannons win this one. I think Rabel's had time to actually get healthy, and Lyle's a winner. He always has been. I see him going off for 4 to 6 goals, and possibly 8 to 9 points total. I mean, Lyle just doesn't. He's not going to go down like that. I mean, he's not going to intro into the league by being the team that's out first. So it's not Lyle's blood.
Yeah.
Who you got?
To be honest, I am a Chrome guy. I think trading Gutterding was a clear sign this season is a wash. Then you've got John Galloway and Joel White just announced they're retiring after this year.
True.
Guy is falling for my Chrome, and I hate it.
It's true.
This week's been full of distractions. They don't have anybody to stop Lyle Thompson or Paul Rabel. I think Cannons win and win big. I'm going to be looking at John Galloway, though. I think this could very well be his last game in the PLL. Obviously, I hope it's not, but if it is, I'm hoping he can go out with a bang.
I think he will.
We will see.
Wow. That's
Sam,
really sad.
who you like? Yo, Cannons Chrome.
Yeah, I know.
Do we have the Jeopardy
I'm
music?
going to take a hot take. I'm going to say Chrome.
Sure.
I'm
Better
gonna
have
say
something to back that
Chrome
up.
because I have been expecting and trying to have Lyle like secure game, take over a game this whole season, and it hasn't happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll let you finish.
Oh, go.
I don't think that's true at all.
Well, yeah, having a great game stats wise, yes, but securing that win and helping your team get that win.
Sure.
I thought he would be like before the season started. I thought he'd be that guy who, hey, if it's close game, we're going to allow he's going to score.
Right.
I mean, it didn't happen during Atlas. So
true. True.
Or when they lost to Atlas like last second.
It's true.
And Matt, to your point where it's like John Galloway's last game, Joel White's last game, I think that's going to have give the Chrome a little like chip on their shoulder. Hey, let's go out with a bang.
Would love that.
Right. Yeah. That'd be cool.
Cool. It's a good point.
I like that.
And yeah. And then I think, actually, yeah, I'm going to say that. I'm going to say it's going to be a close game though.
How close?
Maybe 2 goals. I'm going to say 10-8 Chrome.
Okay. I like that. I like that take, Sam.
It's not bad.
Not at all.
Chaos versus Redwoods on Sunday. James, who you like?
Got it. As everyone knows, I'm a Chaos fan, but I like to be pragmatic and honest when I can. I honestly think Redwoods take this one for the exact same reason why I would take the Redwoods in any other game. It's just that midfield. Chaos they have one solid D-midi. They don't have 2 of them, and that's a matchup liability. So I think Blaze continues to play well, but I don't think it'll be enough to stop the Redwoods.
Yeah, who's their other D-midi?
Even they would top your head. Now we have CJ Costabile has been a great addition at the LSM, but Redwoods have a lot of firepower, man. I mean, they played this whole season, and Ryder Garnsey has had 1-2 goals a game maybe, and he was their guy last year. You know, now they have Jules Henningberg coming out of the box. I mean, dude, it's too much. Perkovic's the best 2-point shooter in the league. I mean, he has absolute just.
It's almost like people forgot about Garnsey. It's crazy.
Seriously, that's what I'm saying. Like when people are talking about matchups and scoring, they never bring up Ryder, right? Which, by the way, for anybody, go ahead.
That being your third option, like on the matchups list, it's like
the thing is he's almost 5th though, right?
Oh yeah, he's probably
he's probably lower than that. If you guys haven't, I'm sure you guys have. But Ryder Garnsey's high school highlight tape is one of the best compilations of lacrosse highlights in the world. It's insane. He just all backhanded, like one-handed back passes and bounce passes, and crazy stuff. So anyway,
since I have Chaos losing on Friday, this game got me thinking about something. I've never really thought about how hard it has to be because one team every week plays 2 games on the week.
Right.
So it's like, what do you prepare for during that week of practice? It's like like Redwoods, for example, will play Whip Snakes on Friday, and then they play Chaos on Sunday.
Right.
So I'm thinking all week they're probably preparing for the Whip Snakes. So the better team, it's Matt Gutterding's first game.
For sure.
They're trying to figure out how he's going to fit into this offense, if he's just going to light it up. but it's got to be so hard when you have 2 games in 72 hours to prepare for both. So I'm seeing this as a trap game for the Redwoods. All their focus and attention's on Whip Snakes.
100%.
Chaos is coming alive right now. And if they lose on Friday, like I have them losing my predictions, they're going to be hungry for a win just to get their seeds up. So I'm absolutely taking Chaos in this game.
Wow.
That's good. Nice.
I like that. I like that. Good analysis.
Matt.
I mean, it's a 50-50 shot, bro.
That was a great analysis, man. No, I have to agree with James. Too much offensive power.
Yep.
And if they're not relying on Blaze early, it's gonna happen later, and they're gonna have to rely on him one quarter, and it's gonna be bad. And I'm riding TD like all season. He's been crushing faceoffs.
He's the best in the league. Best in the league.
Crushing faceoffs every game.
Right.
Very reliable. Right. Chaos, Max Adler, and Gallagher are both under 40%.
Yeah, average at best. Yeah.
Yeah. Adler 44%. Excuse me.
Sure.
So yeah, I think it's going to be. I like, Matt, what you said is true. Like, their Chaos is hot, so I don't think it's going to be a blowout game. I think it's going to be a pretty close, maybe like 15-13, maybe 15-12. But
I like that.
Yeah, I still think Redwoods take this.
I like that. All right, last game of the week, Archers Whip Snakes. Sam, let's start with you. Who you like in this one?
Dude, this one's hard.
This is a tough one, man.
This is a tough game.
Damn, 50-50 fan picks. That's pretty unique. I haven't seen that yet. I think Archers take it. Gonna be a good game. I think it's gonna be. It's gonna come down to the short stick D middies. And I think they're going to cause turnovers for the Whip Snakes. I think in transition, Whip Snakes have shown that they can't convert in the transition as well as they used to be. Maybe it's because what you said earlier, Matt, like they kind of lost that edge. So yeah, I think Archers take is going to be a good game. I think it'll be maybe like over 20 goal game with.
Like each or total?
No, total.
Yeah.
That'd be wild.
Yo, chill. That's my hot take for this
that's
game.
That's his hot take. I forgot. That's his hot take. Chill.
Now it's a really hot take.
Super hot take.
No, it's like, I think it's maybe like 15, 14, 16, 14, something like that.
Okay. I like that.
All right. Well, shit, I'll go.
Go ahead.
I'm taking Archers in this one, but I said it last week. We still have not seen a 20-goal game yet this season, and I think this is the game on paper that screams it to me. I think 100%. Archers are going to put up 20-plus goals. I think they win by probably 6. I'm going to say 20-15, 20-16. But, yeah, I don't know. I look at this matchup on paper, and it just screams offense to me, all offense. Depending on how Gittleman plays, it's a tough matchup to try and stop that Whip Snakes offense, but – this is going to be a shootout for sure.
Yep.
Whoever wins, it's going to be a high-scoring game. But I'm taking Archers.
Absolutely.
Archers. Like that a lot. All right. I'll finish out the picks. I have Archers as well. I think their high-powered offense cannot be stopped. I think as far as that high-scoring game, the way Gittleman's playing, I don't see him giving up that many goals. Like, I really don't. But I do think for the Whip Snakes, this might be a time where Gutterding might have found his place after playing at least one game with this attack unit. So I think that's going to help their offense because they'll kind of maybe know where he stands. And I honestly think they're using him kind of like how teams will pick up an NBA player towards the end of the year, give him the green light, knowing they're going to trade him next year. Like, show what you can do, right? I think they can do that with Gutterding. Give him the green light, say, hey, when you're at X, you can dodge whenever you want. Show us what you can do. If it's that good, we'll keep you. If it's even better, we'll trade you for something better when Rambo comes back. So we'll see.
I like that.
We'll see.
God, dude, in the playoffs, they could have Justin Gutterding and Matt Rambo.
Like, it looks like a team you'd create on, like, PLL Live.
Is.
You know,
yeah,
like it's like how did you get – yeah, exactly. Right.
All right, well, that wraps up our predictions. Let's move on to some wall ball. So this is our session where we pick a 101 lacrosse topic, talk about the importance of it, how it affects the game. So this week's topic we picked is pick and rolls. Again, if you guys are just getting into lacrosse, this is an extremely common offensive strategy. You pretty much see every team doing it. James, you want to give a quick overview of why they're so important?
Absolutely. So lacrosse and basketball use pick and rolls the exact same way, right? Whether it's to start a rotation, whether it's to get a matchup change, or honestly just to cause confusion. Because at the end of the day, you have to make a choice. Are you going to let your defender through, or are you going to go over top? Same way they do with guys like Steph Curry. Steph Curry, you always go over top because he's a good shooter. A lot of teams use it just to get shooters open and maybe to get a bad matchup on a quicker guy, bigger defender, that kind of thing. Now, there are pick and slips. There are pick and rolls, there are pick and pops, just like there are in basketball. The pick and slip can be used to go straight to the net after you set that pick. The pick and pops can be used, especially in the PLL, for 2-point goals, which we've seen a lot. Matt O'Keefe actually has done it for the Chaos. There's still moving screens, just like there are in basketball. They're a little more lenient just because kind of how the game is played. But if you ever get a chance to watch any indoor lacrosse, they don't call any moving screens. It's some of the most fun lacrosse to play because you can basically just run the guy over. As far as defenders, you're allowed to play the pick, right? But you cannot extend and try to blow up the pick. That's going to cause a foul. I can make a basketball analogy to that. If you ever see how Draymond Green runs through picks, you couldn't do that in the PLL. That would be a foul. But they're used all the time, and they're definitely fun to play on offense because it kind of opens up everything. So it's very closely used in the exact same way.
Yeah, and if you guys are looking for an example of it in the PLL, definitely I would suggest watching the Water Dogs. Ryan Brown and Mikey Schlosser run these all the time. And when defenses try to slide from Brown to off of a pick and roll to cover Schlosser, his on the run shot, he's shooting like 42% or something. Like it's crazy. So to your point, like pick and rolls it gives you the matchups you want. It provides an obstacle for a defender, but it just causes confusion. And
right.
Certain teams who run it well, execute it well, it works to their advantage. Absolutely. So
right.
That's it for our wall ball session. So the last we have is we're going to wrap it up with looking at our craziest one play of the year or game, if you want. Sam, let's start with you. What do you got?
So Sam, what you got, man? Crazy play. Been a crazy season.
It has.
Crazy season.
Wow.
Mine is Frank Hostabile's behind the back against Chrome 2 weeks ago, where kind of caught it weird angle. Just tried to make something happen, threw it behind his back, and then got absolutely destroyed.
He got lit up.
And the reason that's mine is because I just love the commitment to making the play and kind of sacrificing. Hey, it's not about the body, it's about getting the goal. So
love it.
And
it's BD energy right there.
I have, and mine was pretty easy. I hope everyone has seen this insane highlight, but it's Grant Amen's skip pass against the Water Dogs. I know that's a broad statement because he has a lot of skip passes, but it's through 3 defenders. And after the game, or maybe he was mic'd up during the game, they actually asked him, why do you throw sidearm when you do skip passes? Because I was taught in lacrosse, always throw the ball next to the defender's head so then you can't intercept it. Now he throws it sidearm because it's harder for the defenders to read in the same way a sidearm shot's harder for a goalie to read. So as a defender, when you see a pass come through, the first thing you want to do is put your stick up. Because he's throwing sidearm, defenders don't really know what to do. Makes it all the way through, gets the man on the backside, who absolutely punishes top right. It's beautiful. It's pristine.
What a great answer, or reason is that too?
right. It's just and I thought it was for flash. I thought it was for because it looks cool.
Yeah, it looks cool.
You can't read a sidearm pass going right past your head. I was like, these guys are good. Go ahead. What you got?
Awesome. I'm going absolutely with the end of the Cannons Archers game in week 5. If you guys didn't see it, Cannons were up by 1. Archers had the ball at X with 1.3 seconds left. I think it was Grant Amen who inbounded it. He throws an absolutely filthy pass to Tom Schreiber right in front of the crease. People were literally, that's it. As soon as that pass was made, it was tie game, we're going to overtime. Yep. And Nick Morocco made one of the greatest saves I've seen in the history of the PLL. Yep. Absolutely stones him. So Cannons win. It was just a wild.
Honestly, I kind of feel like he got his job after that highlight, right? That's when they were yo, you're our guy. Because if you stuff Schreiber on the crease, that's crazy.
Yeah, you don't bench a guy who just did that the next week.
Exactly. Makes no sense. Wow. The crazier is there's probably 10 more we can name. But
oh my God, absolutely.
Right, as it stands.
Well, that is all we have for this week. Thank you guys again for tuning into Quick Stix. Again, we'll be back next Tuesday with a recap of this weekend's games. So we will see you guys then. Peace.
Peace.